What is up everyone, it is your boy Dingling Singh, and in today's Warzone video I bring to you an in-depth comparison between the Kilo 141 and the KRIG-6. We're going to be diving into the weapon stats for both of these assault rifles. We're going to check out the recoil pattern control as well, and also how to use these weapons in certain situations. And we're also going to be checking out secondary weapons that best supplement the primary weapon depending on your playstyle, so that way you can go around Verdansk slapping up all the enemies, sending them back out into the lobby. If you find any value in this video, then please consider subscribing and also put the bell notifications on, because I have more comparison videos coming out, like for example Stoner 63 versus the PKM, you got the FFAR versus the Ram 7, and even the XM4 versus the M4A1, so you don't want to miss out on any of those. So let's kickstart this comparison video with the weapon stats. So the weapon stats for both assault rifles have got some similarities. So the fire rate for the Kilo is 751 rounds per minute, whereas the KRIG has 660 rounds per minute. Now there is a bit of a difference there. Now the bullet velocity for the Kilo is 720 meters per second, and then is 606 meters per second for the KRIG. The aim down sight speed for the Kilo is 238 milliseconds and 260 milliseconds for the KRIG, but you can't really tell the difference. The reload speed is very similar. Kilo at 2.36 milliseconds, and then you have the KRIG at 2.34 milliseconds, so there's literally no difference between the two. So by just looking at the RPM, the rounds per minute, and the bullet velocity, the Kilo is definitely winning. But this is where things start to change. Now the damage profile for the Kilo, up to the range of 30.5 meters, headshots deals 42 damage, so it will take a total of 6 shots to the head to take out an enemy that has full health and full armor. And for the KRIG, it also deals 42 damage to the head, so there's no difference. The Kilo deals 28 damage to the body and the KRIG deals 30, so both ARs have to deliver 9 shots to the enemy's body to take them down. Now from 30.5 meters to 54.5 meters, there's again no differences. However, when it comes to anything above 55 meters, this is where the KRIG shines. So the Kilo deals 27 damage to the head, which is 9 shots to take down an enemy if you deal 9 shots to the head, and 18 damage to the body, which is 14 shots at a range of 55 meters. Now the KRIG deals 34 damage to the head, which means it only has to hit the target 7 times, and to the body it delivers 25 damage, which is 10 shots. It's safe to say the KRIG is a better choice of weapon to beam players from afar, as long as you know how to control the recoil. The movement speed for the Kilo is 4.659 meters per second, and the KRIG is 4.80 meters per second. The TTK for the Kilo, the time to kill for headshots only, is 399 milliseconds, and to the body it is 639 milliseconds. The KRIG TTK for headshots is 455 milliseconds, and to the body 727 milliseconds. So it is pretty clear that the Kilo kills much faster, but the KRIG deals more damage at a greater distance. So let's have a look at recoil control pattern and how to improve it. I have the KRIG and I'm 20 meters away from this wall. It has 60 rounds, and I'm going to empty the whole clip against this wall and see what the pattern is. So let's have a look. So it seems like it's just going completely vertical. It does slightly go to the left, but then it stabilizes back into the middle, and then it goes straight back up. Alright, so let's try out the Kilo. Alright, so this is pretty interesting. So it does go vertical, but then it slightly goes to the left, and then it just stabilizes, and then I'm just shooting one area constantly. Maybe the last 20 rounds I'm hitting that one spot. This to me makes it out like the Kilo recoil pattern is a lot more easier to control. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use the KRIG, and I'm going to actually try to control the recoil pattern. Now by looking at the actual recoil, it seems like I just need to drift downwards with my analog stick on my PlayStation controller to sort of get it into the center, as I'm doing right now. So I'm going to also do the Kilo and see which I find a lot easier to control. So I can already say that the Kilo recoil pattern is a lot more easier to control. I feel like it's only because it kind of stabilizes on the last 20 shots. So the Kilo kind of wins this one. Now Kilo is a great gun for close to mid-range gunfights. It's an ideal weapon to push up on enemies camping inside buildings and just being aggressive in general. However, at long distances, maybe avoid taking shots from afar unless you are really confident with your recoil control. Now, a great weapon to use as a secondary with the Kilo is the HDR sniper. The Kilo is a great weapon at close quarter fights, but at long range, I wouldn't say it plays at its strengths. Now the KRIG, this is a great weapon to take out enemies from afar. It literally deals a lot more damage than the Kilo head and body. So a great weapon to supplement this gun would be an SMG. For example, the MAC-10 is the meta for this season. It's an ideal gun for close range. So this will work really well with the KRIG. Also, you can use the DMRT pistols, but to be honest, I would rather use the MAC-10 because an SMG will always beat the pistol in my opinion. So just to summarize, if you guys prefer the Kilo, then I definitely think you should use a sniper like the HDR, and then for the KRIG, definitely use a close range weapon. That way you can cover long range and mid range and close range. Now before I go into showing you the best attachments for the Kilo and the KRIG, I just want to give you my thoughts on which weapon is the best out of the two. I definitely think the Kilo is still the king of assault rifles. It has a much more faster fire rate, it has a much more ADS speed, the bullet velocity is better, the movement is quicker, even the TTK to the head and body is a lot faster than the KRIG. Also, the recoil control is a lot more easier on the Kilo. A novice player that just joins Warzone on day one will have a much more easier time controlling the recoil on the Kilo than the KRIG. Now let's have a look at the best attachments for these weapons. Starting with the Kilo, the muzzle monolithic suppressor is the best. It keeps you off the radar and it also extends your damage range. For the barrel, we're going to be going for the SynGuard Arms 19.6 inch. And then for the underbarrel, we're going to be going for the Commander foregrip. This gives you hidden horizontal and vertical recoil control. For the ammunition, you can go for the 50 round mag. It does give you a little bit more mobility, but I recommend the 60 round because if you're playing in quads and trios, you're going to need those bullets. For the optic, you can pick whatever you fancy, but I definitely recommend the VOK 3.0 optic. It has hidden vertical and horizontal recoil control. So these are the best attachments for the Kilo 141. For the KRIG-6, for muzzle, ADC suppressor works basically the same as monolithic. It gives you increased damage range and also keeps you off the radar. Now for the barrel, you can go for the 19.7 inch Ranger or the takedown. The Ranger gives you more bullet velocity than the takedown, but the takedown gives you more damage. I prefer the damage, so I've taken the takedown. For underbarrel, definitely the Field Agent Grip. It is the best one right now in Warzone for Black Ops weapons. For the ammunition, you definitely want to go for the 60 round fast mag. It's the most ammunition you can get with this gun and it's a fast reload. And for the optic, I definitely recommend the Axial Arms 3 times. So these are the best attachments for the KRIG-6 and also for the Kilo 141. I hope you found some value in this video and you found it entertaining, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a massive like and put your bell notification on if you haven't done so already, because I have got more comparison videos like the Stoner 63 versus the PKM, the FFAR versus the Ram 7, and then you have the XM4 versus the M4A1. This is your boy Dingling Singh. Thank you very much. Peace.